For the past 3.5 years of the war, an archive was established in the ghetto by the Oyneg Shabbes group. This curious name stems from the fact that the group convened on Saturdays, and for reasons of secrecy, the entire institution was called Oyneg Shabbes. I began collecting material on contemporary times back in October 1939, when, as head of the Jewish Self-Help Society, I was in direct daily contact with life in the surroundings. I was receiving news of what was happening to the Jews in Warsaw and its suburbs. In the evenings, I noted everything I had heard during the day and added my own comments. The war produced rapid changes in Jewish life in the towns of Poland. Each day was different from the next. It was therefore important to capture every event in the heat of the moment, when it was still fresh and pulsating. A rich community life began to develop in Warsaw with readings, lectures, memorial meetings, and concerts, all of which broadened and deepened the Oneg Shabbes work. Despite the broad dimensions of our work, the need for secrecy inevitably restricted its scope.
I consider it a sacred duty for everyone to write down everything he has seen or heard from others about what the Germans have done. It must all be recorded without a single fact left out. And when the time comes, as it surely will, let the world read and know what the murderers have done. When the mourners write, this will be their most important material.
In May 1940, I thought it expedient to organize this highly important work as a group undertaking. Not only adults, but also young people and, in some instances, even children worked for Oyneg Shabbes. Our aim was a presentation of a photographically true and detailed picture of what the Jewish population had to experience, to think, and to suffer. The Saturday the ghetto was introduced, the 16th of November, was terrible. People in the street didn't know it was to be a closed ghetto, so it came like a thunderbolt. Details of German, Polish, and Jewish guards stood at every corner searching passers-by to decide whether or not they had the right to pass.
I entered. I crossed the boundary, not just of a residential quarter, but of a zone of reality. Because what I saw and experienced cannot be understood by our reason, thoughts, or imagination.
As I write these lines, more streets being taken away, less room, a tighter noose around our neck. Will we be able to save the Jewish child?
The world's turning upside down. A planet melts in tears. And I am hungry. Hungry. I'm hungry.
So much material was collected that we all thought the time was ripe for a summary of the various problems and prominent phenomena in Jewish life. We colloquially termed this plan 2.5 years. Many writers were already at an advanced stage of work when a new disaster descended on Warsaw Jewry. The deportation began on July 22, 1942. It marks a new period in the history of Warsaw Jewry, affecting also the nature of the Oyneg Shabbes work. There was an interruption of several months in our activities. At a time when every second threatened capture and transport to Treblinka, there could be no thought of systematic collection. Only a handful of people continued to keep diaries and to record their daily experiences, even during the deportations.
A Jew is returned to our workshop who worked as a gravedigger in Treblinka for 9 or 11 days before escaping in a train wagon. According to what he said, not only Jews from Warsaw are being exterminated in Treblinka, but Jews from all over Europe. In our courtyard, Jews are praying, pouring out their cares to the Creator.
I have been charged with the role of guardian of the access gate. I hid the material. Only I knew. I told only my friend Hirsch Wasser, who is my superior, where the place is. It is well hidden. I do not ask for any thanks. Only to be remembered is what I wish, so that my people my brothers and sisters overseas should know where my bones have been taken to.
Dear friends, we are writing to you at a time when 95% of the Jews of Poland have already perished in gruesome sufferings in the gas chambers of the slaughterhouses of Treblinka, of Sobibor, of Chełmno, and Auschwitz, or were murdered in the countless liquidation actions in ghettos and camps. Perhaps some minuscule handful of Jews might survive, those who live still illegally in constant danger. Will any of us see the end of the war? We doubt it. We would therefore like to tell you as briefly as possible of our work and activities. The intensive efforts of our staff resulted in the accumulation of more than 10 crates of particularly valuable documents, chronicles, diaries, photographs, etc. All these materials were buried underground within the ghetto.